investigation sector, specifically. We had just figured out the long puzzle of the clock in there. A little bit further in, where Emil had escaped from this Eagle Limited train car hangar. And there was one note about that I was continuing to look at the numbers as it relates to those reversed secret messages in the song Take Control. It does look like there is maybe one more tie-in I kind of missed. There's that middle line that's like, the diamond will tell you where, or a diamond will tell you where, 1-19-71-18-49-19, or Asgard is. That is almost entirely a match for the code to the clock. However, it doesn't have, obviously, the 19 or 18. So for some reason, 3 of the letters cannot be made on the clock. And those are the only 3 letters you actually need to figure out yourself. You can use this Asgard is as a template for the rest of them. So I just thought that was interesting that last time we said we definitely saw number 3, the landing on a pillar star, rushing on to the Red Room, find the cord to take you to a secret rendezvous. We definitely got that, but I wasn't sure about the other 2 lines. I think we can now confidently say we have the number 2 line as well. That diamond will tell you where the clock is, and that is almost the entire code. Asgard is. So I just thought that was worth mentioning before we press ahead. We're on the trail of Emil Hartman here. And I want to try not to get too distracted with side quests this time, as I want to see how this all ends. I want to see what Alan's up to. So, thank you for bearing with me here. I am heading towards that little escape route Emil took. We'll see if we can catch up with him. Him? It? Not today, Astral Spike. Thank you anyway. Alright, so I think this is where we went in to get that whole secret up there. Let's refresh our memory momentarily. Yes. So that is the diamond where Asgard is, I believe. And just to remind you, they put Take Control right here on this. You can even carry it out there with you. Not that you can hear it reversed in that case. Anyway, as I said, moving on. Not going to get distracted by side quests. Remember 10 seconds ago when those words came out of my mouth? Alright. So now we're back on the main trail, I believe. So this will all be new to me again. Did you enjoy your day off yesterday? I sure did. I had a health appointment that went well, so I cannot complain. And thank you for asking. That's very kind. Okay, make sure I'm not missing any little jumpy, hidey ledges full of secret gold. Curly, is that you? Sorry, Windows. Alright, motel complaint. Who could possibly be complaining about the motel? Hey, Stu, did you hear about Fisher? Guy got himself in trouble in the motel. Guy? Where did I get that from? Why the hell does anyone volunteer to stake out that place? Gives me the creeps, but hey, at least he came back, if you can call it that. I saw some of the footage they pulled out of there with him. Tom, down in evidence processing, showed me. Crazy stuff! Fisher had the cameras pointed at himself half the time. Guessing he went nuts on day one. He did catch something, though. He got one of those fiber optic cameras under the door of the room he was hiding in. Recorded something out in the hall. It looked like a shadow, maybe human. Tom tried to get the quality up, but it's still blurry as fuck. Just reaffirms my position. Stay the fuck out of the motel. Anyway, up for some shoom later? Lisa got up to 1 hour and 38 minutes yesterday. New record to beat. See ya, Dave. So there are shadowy figures in the motel. Okay. Okay, sure. I was hoping to sleep there tonight, but okay. It's fine. Alright, AWE Transit Bay. Looks like that's our only option. Alright. We have the sentient darkness. That's the good stuff. Let's stay in the light. As instructed.
We need to get those lights on.
Okay. There's something I can likely break in there. We have a switch in here that needs 4 power cores. All right. Extinguished. So where do you keep the power cores? In here. There's these weird closed off sections. There.
We need another power.
Okay. I guess I have to do it in their sequence. Alright. I'm gonna go over here now. Hello, Emil. Okay. No, thank you. No, thank you to that. Alright, which one's lit up now? Looks like this one. That hurt me. That hurt me in my face. Okay. Get out of here! Make me spank you with your own gentleman. I'm not above it. You think for a second you're gonna get out of this because I'm morally above spanking you with your own gentleman? Well, think again. And you just think about that. Okay, there There's some more little nubs of health. Let's get that. This should be the last one now, I think. No? I think wrong. That's the last one, I guess. Okay. Sure could use some more health before I do that, though. Let's take this a little more carefully. Who is he shooting at? That was really, really close. All right.
Okay, now where's the switch?
Where is the switch? I wonder. It was a little desperately close. Peg leg your way down into the sewers, Emil. I'll be after you shortly. Okay. What's in here? Nothing. Well, okay. That's the way you want to play it. Stingy transit bay. Make sure there aren't any other escape hatches I'm missing in the floor. Weird that there isn't a single document in here, but okay. Oh, I'm not in charge of these things, that's fair. Alright. Ooh. I wonder what's being brought in here. What's in this box? Where's Brad Pitt when you need him? Where? Oh God, where is Brad Pitt when you need him? Okay, I'm assuming I'm going down, but this is a lovely shortcut that they've given me. Thank you for that. And my personal mods are full. Alright. 1 second. Energy recovery from taking shield damage. That's awesome. Okay, just free up a bit of space there. This one still has some, but we'd better do the same. Oh, 91. Okay, I'll keep that around. Just enough to pick that up. Quick look on the higher shelves. Okay, anything else that can keep me from chasing Emil down this tunnel? No? I guess he's oozed his way down through the lower grates then. I don't have that ability myself. So we must be going this way. Way to ooze your way out of it, Emil. Where is he hiding? Emil, you prankster. Okay, so I kind of feel like we've been this way now. I'm not sure where it's intending us to go. We have company. And that company is being healed up quite significantly. Weird that they all just disappeared. Alright. Let me get back to what I'm hoping is the correct mission objective. I must have gotten off back in the train warehouse. Find Hartman. Okay, so he just escaped and we have to go to the other area. Fair enough. I'll be right back. 1 second. Alright, so sorry. Let's get back on that path. Check the map again to see where that split off is, where the active investigations. Okay, so we're headed there. Classic dash exit. My signature. One day I'll learn. Oh. I suppose I should check. I think they added some new launch ability here that I have not seen yet. Multi-launch, yes. Hold and launch up to 3 objects, and it recovers. Your energy recovers while holding launch objects. So I just need 8 points, but then, yes, please. That would be incredible. Alright, headed back up.
It's just nice to have
Or
someone
down.
to talk to, you know? Ever since I got put in charge of the Panopticon, people treat me different, like I'm crazy for wanting to work with altered items. People just don't understand the altered items like I do, you know? I don't want to brag, but it does take a very empathetic mind to connect with the items.
Doesn't
Still, I
want to
don't know why
brag.
people are making it so personal.
Right.
I mean, the teams in research handle paranatural materials every day, and no one thinks they're weird. Well, maybe that's not true. Darling is famous for being a bit out there, but when he's weird,
I can't
it's
tell if this is
charming.
the same
Altered
speech we
items
heard last
really
time.
aren't that
I
frightening
definitely don't want to
once
miss
you
any
get to know
Langston,
them.
but
If you figure out what they like or don't like, you know, what sets them off, then there's nothing to worry about. I guess at the end of the day, we're still just wild animals scared of our own shadow.
fairly certain that's the same monologue we heard. Hate to be rude, Langston. Love you, buddy. Alright, so we still haven't opened this one, which is, I'm assuming, the eventual goal of this. So, Framaro is our next option. We got an Eagle Limited. What does this have for us? Excuse me, the board. Excuse me. There you go. Okay. We're elevating once more.
Anyway, as I was saying, we're supposed to be on the same team, but sometimes it feels like it's every department for themselves, like it's a race, and we're all trying to be number one. If it is a race, though, I'd say Darling is a mile ahead of everyone else. He was Trench's golden boy for years, but that relationship has gotten pretty tense, or so I've heard through the grapevine. Not that I spread rumors, just, people talk. Not me, though. I keep my nose to the grind. Too much work to do to focus on those kinds of things. I need to stay focused so I can get my work done and get home to feed up.
Hello. Shouldn't have been standing right there. My apologies. Oh, thank you very much for the subscription there. Lovely timing. A fatal subscription. I appreciate that greatly. I also just got an email while we're sitting here that says pre-order Hitman 3 now. And I'm sorely tempted to. Ooh, did other people get emotes? Explosive emotes? That's fantastic. Alright, lucky we had a checkpoint right here. I couldn't survive more than 2 seconds past it. Oh, okay. Goodness me. My energy levels. And the tight quarters are not helping. Jeez. I'm so sorry. Focus. Careful now. That is incredibly kind of you. Thank you for resubbing. For the adventures here. Alright, I'm gonna hang back this time, instead of putting myself right in the pillars. They gave me a little cover wall, I should make use of it. Yeah, I just knocked over my cover wall. There you go. First time for everything. Okay. There he goes. I need to work on getting a little more bullet resistant. Bullet? Sure. I guess my thin leather jacket isn't doing much to protect me. Alright, so I need a lamp somehow. There it is. Get out of here, you nasty darkness. Nobody asked for you in the bathroom. Okay. Carry that forward in just a second. Make none of this is grumbly. Alright. Framoro. Lantern's still there. Shockingly enough. Alright, looks like we've got a document here. Arcade cabinets. Shroom arcade cabinets, altered item 40. A distance of 10 feet between the items suppresses their effect. Effect only triggers on physical contact. Items are a pair of arcade game cabinets, originally designed for the games Shoom and Shoom 2 Kulger's Revenge. The games were manufactured by Bon Co. Entertainment, now out of business. Despite being a popular arcade game in Japan during the late 80s, early 90s, no other Shoom cabinets have been found by our investigators. When touching one of the items while it stands within 10 feet of its counterpart, the user's mind is transported to a version of their subjective reality that resembles a video game in logic and function. Events from their everyday lives become game-like sequences in which speed and efficacy are paramount. The brain enters a stroke-like state, as proven by EEG studies on users, which only ends after the user finishes their game, at which point they resume normal brain and motor function. Acquired in 1992. That sounds a little more violent than I was thinking it was. I thought you were just sort of imagining the past, but you're actually like having a seizure that makes you imagine the past. Interesting. Okay. We have a button there with a power core slot. And an elevator there. Other darkness hiding around. There's our power core. Alright, so what is down here? What are we heading towards? And the lighting effects in this one, particularly since it's so dark, are just amazing. Beautiful to see. Every corridor, everywhere there's a tiny little lantern. Lovely. All right, that looks terrible. Where did I leave it?
Damn it.
Okay. No light for me. Wow, it looked like something tried to grab me for a second there, and I shoomed off to the right, but must have been seeing things. Alright, so we do need a lantern to charge that. Thank you, Polaris. Alright, so there must be some sequence to this. But where is the first power core? Aha! Alright. So maybe this is like a mounted light? Yeah. So while it's passing in front of that, I should have already done it. I should have yanked that one out and activated this. Let's see if we can do it the other way. Ah, that stops it dead. Okay, but that might be correct position. Ah, very close. Okay. And that can only point this way. There's no other... Aha, there is. There is other darkness. Let's see if it can get that too. Okay. Assuming that might open when the power's on as well, but not sure. So let's take this all the way down. Perfect. Though that's hilariously misaligned for that pillar there. It's just a touch of light. I'm sure they're taking pity on me. And thank you. Alright, so I'm assuming that's opened by this panel over here. I don't think I need to move that anywhere else. Let's just grab this. Huh. Does not seem to open that. And so I'm not sure what does. Maybe there is a way down? Or... There is an upper level here. But I can't tell if it's just where we came from. Let me get one more peek. Yeah. There we go. Oh, hey, Emil. Hanging in there, buddy? Need some Mucinex? Okay. Alright. I think I'm headed right out. Should be good. Okay, they're giving me a lantern. I'd better take them up on it. And it's gone. Escape the darkened corridor. Alright.
Oh, it's too dark in here to fight this thing.
You can say that again. Go on, I'll wait. You can say it. Now, drop the trash can. Alright, I'd better get a look back there. Hidden documents and whatnot. Now that it's clear of Pegleg Gurglesman. Is that you, Pegleg Gurglesman? Oddly soothing color scheme. There's that document. Actor for hire. Just thought I'd mention it. Not related to the game. Dearest Hollywood, have you ever wished you had an actor who could do it all? Who could be a man or woman, an adult or child, a dolphin or a Boston Terrier? Well, today is your lucky day. My name is Gareth Clemens, and I am the world's greatest actor. Not only do I have years of stage experience, but I am an accomplished shapeshifter. Whether you need a misbehaving cat, a ferocious wolfman, swashbuckling pirate, or debonair Southern belle, I'm your man. Or am I? I will be arriving in town on May 11th, 1971, and will be available for meetings and auditions beginning on the 13th. See you in the movies. Boston Terrier. Shapeshifter out there. Stealing all the good jobs, I see. Stealing all the child roles. I get it. Okay, we're moving on. Thanks again, Polaris. Always a pleasure. I shadows are just gorgeous. Oh. Oh, just look at it. Fantastic stuff. Now this one got shifty. Shifty turntable time. Okay, who wants to fight? Ah, what did that poor chair ever do to you?
Okay, we're gonna try this one more time and then we're done playing with you. Understand?
Jelly,
Where are you from?
jumbo grain, up and loose and heavy treat sandwich.
Jesus Christ, does anyone have any idea what this thing is saying?
Hotly, dirt arrange you.
Why are you here? What the hell do you want? Why'd you stow away on that ship?
School bearing boy. Eyes many cauterizing loops through and about. Wind and windy Mitchell.
Did he just say Mitchell? Was there a Mitchell at NASA?
Tubes.
You know what? Never mind. I can't do this anymore. Just send this thing to the guys in research. Let them cut it up or whatever they do. You hear that? They're gonna cut you up, you pain in the ass.
They're gonna cut you in the ass. Spider time. What?
Okay, we're gonna try this one more time and then we're done playing. Understand?
Jelly,
Where are you from?
jumbo grain, up and loose and heavy treat sandwich.
Jesus Christ, does anyone have any idea what this thing is saying?
Hotly, dirt arrange you.
Why are you here? What the hell do you want? Why'd you stow away on that ship?
School bearing boy. Eyes many cauterizing loops through and about. Wind and windy Mitchell.
Did he just say Mitchell?
I
Is there a
have
Mitchell at NASA?
no
Tubes.
clue.
You know what? Never mind. I can't do this anymore.
I
Just
want to
send this
believe
thing
it
to
can
the
be
guys in research.
translated,
Let
but
them cut
I
it up or
have
whatever
no
they do.
clue.
You hear that? They're gonna cut you up, you pain in the ass.
Spider time.
Spider time. Okay. I'm gonna, like, for my own sanity, have to forget that I heard all of that, but it's also my new favorite thing. Oh my god. Okay. School bearing boy, Wind and Windy Mitchell. Would you mind not sniping me instead? Instead of what you're doing? There it goes. Spider time! let me into your brains. Oh, just let me grab those nubs real quick and we'll all be cool and groovy. If you don't let me grab those nugs, well, we're gonna have a problem here. Oh, sorry. Saw how you looked and got really aggressive there. I'm sorry, that was my implicit bias. Gotta work on that. Getting there. There you go. Alright. Let me make sure there's nothing hiding down here. Tubes! Man, every line of that. Just an instant classic. Going in my repertoire. So simple, why didn't I ever think about it before? Anytime someone's like, tell us who you work for, just be like, tubes. Wind and Windy. Wind and Windy Mitchell. It's genius. I got a chief investigator. Achievement, 80% of the hidden locations in investigations, I guess. That's nice. Alright, we have a power core here, and a power core there. 1 second. Alright, I am back. So sorry. Does the name Gale mean anything? Windy could be a bizarro version of the name Gale. This is very true. Wind and Windy Mitchell. Gale Mitchell. It's like it has to mean something. Alright, let's see if we can knock this out of there. Really gently, apparently. Sure. And we're going in the side door. I'm blind! Oh, that's close. Okay. Give me 1 second. Just in case. Alright. Just in case of nothing. Hello, Zachariah. Oh, okay. Why? Why? What did he do to you?
Looks like whatever force had a hold on Hartman isn't mixing well with his corruption. Like, did call him the third thing.
That is absolutely horrifying. I never thought I'd be like, oh, no, leave the hiss alone. But here we are.
I'm just going to freestyle a bit.
Oh, please. By all means, Langston.
My mother always said, never talk to strangers.
Oh, this is... strap in. This is going to be a treat.
Never, never. Always. Never, never. But isn't a stranger just someone you don't know? What if the only thing stopping a stranger from being a friend is that word? Stranger. Strange. Strange like the noises you hear at night when there is no light and you cannot fight. Strange like a rubber duck that follows you around and makes you drop your coffee every time that it quacks.
Speaking
Because
from
the
experience
noise
here.
scares you. Then you have to clean up the coffee while the duck stares at you and continues to quack.
It's oddly specific.
Quack. Quack.
Okay. Ah. See, the problem, Langston, is that I just now need to continue on with my life without you in it, and that's difficult now. Now that you've made the bar so high. Oh, that's the wrong menu button. Let's try that again. Alright, I'm full of personals. I'm taking out a personal day. Okay, now we have to go in here where Emil's throwing his temper tantrum, which I'm not super enthused about, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Chain letter.
Chain letter.
I remember these. Mom used to say they were evil. Better do what it says. You know, just in case.
It is an altered
Guess we'll
chain
find
letter.
it around here.
I'd hate to disappoint. But what I was hoping was we could actually catch it and read it, and instead it just activated that mission. Which is fine, but I'd still like to read it. Oh, that filter is so helpful. Thank you, Remedy. Smooches. Move this letter along before he gets you. Oh no! This spooky man letter has found you. The spooky man curse is coming to you. To miss the curse, you must mail this letter to people, and if you don't, the curse'll get ya. The more letters you mail, the better off you'll be, but if you mail no letters, once again, get ya. Sally in Houston did not send the letter, and the spooky man ate her cat. Terrence in Greenstone did not send the letter, and the spooky man gave him the acne. Kyle did not send the letter, and now his wife eats dinner alone, Kyle. Linda did send more letters. 30 letters in total so far, and look at her now. She owns 3 cars. She has all her fingers. She speaks Italian. You need to mail this letter. You better mail this letter. Don't let the spooky man come. He will take your cat. Go. Find your stamps. Hurry. I really don't want the spooky man to come, so yes, I will engage in this behavior. Shaded Hartman. Examination of Paranatural Entities, Dr. Emil Hartman, Shaded. Compiled by Ezra Cruz. Dr. Hartman is the first Type 2 shaded individual to be examined alive by the Bureau and has proven a valuable asset for our understanding of A10, aka the Shadow. Like all shaded individuals, the specimen is constantly shielded by, or produces, a brrr of darkness that makes visual observation difficult. This brrr also protects the specimen from harm. During testing, non-lethal ballistics proved ineffective against it. The specimen uses words and phrases that seem to originate from its previous life as a therapist. Some phrases have even been identified as quotes from Dr. Hartman's book, The Creator's Dilemma. This seems to indicate the host's personality remains putty-like to some degree. For research purposes, Shaded Hartman was relocated to the Cauldron Lake Lodge replica, built for the Bright Falls AWE investigation. Interesting? Researchers hope a familiar setting may trigger new behavior. This experiment has yielded no results thus far. It has only served to piss off Emil. What is this? Okay.
This piece is called Me and You. It's summer in New York City. A boy with a wolf's head eats some ice cream. The ice cream melts. The wolf head howls. We howl together, me and you. The mayor stares at a bicycle. A little girl watches him watch the bike, watch him watch the bike, and on and on and on, like the ticking of 1,000 clocks. We listen to the ticking together, me and you. A traffic light decides it doesn't want to be a traffic light anymore. People call it names, and it's hurt. I take it to see a movie. We have a good time, me and you. People think we're weird, but we ignore them. We're friends now, connected by a moment. We'll always share this story, even if people don't understand it. You and me and you.
I'm gonna need a copy of this in the director's office. So soothing. And I just want to say, Langston, on behalf of all of us, I'm really sorry about the ice cream in that poem. I'm really sorry that happened, Langston. I hope you can get past it. Okay. Little secret poem from Langston. I would have, been kicking myself all over the bureau if I'd missed that. Never know where the gold mine is gonna come from, exactly. Yeah, that sentence didn't really come together. We'll try again.
Let's put him down.
Yeah, literally, right? Because they're up. Right now they're up. So get it? Because yeah, never mind. What's that? That's a big circle down there. Night Spring Screenplay, page 3. Here we go. The director steps closer to the horrible entity. He reaches out with his steady hand. You are mine now, creature. I will return you to my facility and control your power. Sir, we don't know. The entity instead rushes forward and engulfs the director. He screams in pain as the scientist looks on and does nothing, like the coward that he is. Entity, subtitled. I am not the one being examined. I am not the one locked inside a prison. Gradually, the director emerges from the entity. His once sparkling eyes are now empty and dull. The scientist rushes to him. Sir, we have to escape. Director, we cannot. They are in control now. I got what I wanted. It is shocking that this very, very original, or very old original spec script from Night Springs shares so many similarities with what's happening in the Bureau. A director going mad and being replaced and whatnot.
Surround them!
There we go. All right. There must be something hidden in here. Looks like that's the way we want to go, but we may have to go through the sewers to get there. We do have a lantern. I'm not seeing any darkness. Well, you know, apart from the normal kind. In my heart. Yeah, looks pretty clear. I'm gonna take this down with me just in case, though. Also, this wall is just screaming at me. But good. The fewer distractions, the better. Stop screaming at me. All right. Not seeing any darkness. Looks like that's where we want to be at Framaro, so let me go down this side path real quick. We'll leave this here, just in case. Ah, a moldy area.
No AC,
There we go.
mold spore circulation. But might get a bit stuffy in here.
And what else do you have for me? Oh, stuck. Perhaps forever. There we go. Okay. Thank you. I hope Artie is pleased. Let's head back this way. All right. Oh, wow. And oh no. I guess this is part of that joint project with NASA? Framaro, does that mean it's like a moon site or something? Maybe it's just the name of the lander, I'm not sure. Not up to date on my moon history like I should be. Emil, please leave. I'd like to look at this alone. I don't need your help right now. Emil, I've asked you nicely. I'm not sure how else to handle this. Alright, so there is a power core in darkness there. I will need a light source to free it. Trying to get as much information before I'm attacked. Something in the mobile lab over there. Okay, I'm guessing I want to jump to the mobile lab and look for a light source.
Knew you'd be.
Alright, we have a document at least. Framaro summary. A paranatural entity arrived on Earth by infiltrating the Apollo 14 lunar mission at an unknown point of their voyage to the Framaro Highlands of the Moon. I guess there's the answer to my question. 32 hours after the return of the Apollo 14 command module to Earth, the Bureau was contacted by a White House senior official, and instructed to send a small team to the Johnson Space Center in Houston. At the base, the team examined the entity and carried out interviews with NASA staff. They learned that 4 astronauts had returned to Earth instead of the expected 3. Each human crew member was insistent that the mission left with 4 members, though they couldn't name the 4th when asked. The entity seemingly affected their memory to make its presence feel unremarkable. The entity was transported to the oldest house for further investigation. An altercation between NASA security and the investigation team occurred upon their arrival. Mr. called to clarify the matter, though tensions remained high. Bureau jurisdiction and clearance should be defined more clearly with other federal agencies. So there was something on the moon that just came back with the astronauts, and they were like, yeah, all 4 of us returned, but there were only 3. What was that? Ah, okay, so this moves across. And then down, apparently. Alright, I'm seeing two power core slots over there. I'm not sure which it wants me to go for. Let's try these while we're here. Though I'm guessing that will continue to move this track. So I probably want it to go this way. Wow. This is awesome. Though I feel bad for being within braking distance of something so, important. No! I did not know he could get me while I was in the light. Did not know that was a thing. Ah. Pierced in the back. I expected better from you, not knowing your moon history. And yet I have the audacity to awoo. I'm so sorry. I'll need to hit the books. Chapter 1, The Sea of Tranquility. Chapter 2, the bags of trash we left behind. All right. So apparently I have to be a little bit quicker. That is already out of the goo. I don't like that you're teleporting. I don't like that. Jeez, I guess I just have to stay in the light, or he will keep piercing me. Sorry, Emil. I thought I could get ahead of things. All right, 3rd time's the charm. Now that I've said that, of course, instantly jinxed myself. I'm also going to switch this back. I don't think it will be very helpful, but at least if there's an objective that comes up, Like activate the lights or something. I will have it there. Okay. I will call you Paulina, the lobster-clawed woman. Please stay away from me. I beg of you. I beg of you, please. Okay, let's take a peek in here. Another document. And a Jam Slam Mega Hoop. Alright, the Apollo 14 entity, commonly known as Fra, underwent a series of physical examinations upon its admittance into the oldest house. Oh wow, is that the thing we just heard? Is that the spider time guy? That's the moon guy? That makes it much creepier. The entity can speak, though its poor grasp of the English language makes any meaningful communication impossible. Interview material can be found at, I think we found it. Its physical form consists solely of the extravehicular mobility unit spacesuit used by NASA astronauts. So was that like helmet we saw, part of it? It's the same model worn by the other crew. This could be an authentic EMU taken from one of the NASA astronauts, though this suit does not bear any wearer's name, or one materialized through conversion or possibly corporealization. The suit itself is slightly damaged, which is likely due to the fact that the command module did not have a fourth seat for the entity to strap into during re-entry. The EMU is entirely hollow, and pieces can be removed, though this seems to agitate the entity. X-rays and spectrograph imaging have shown shaped outlines existing within the suit. For safety reasons, the entity will be contained in a secure cell until more information can be gathered. Okay, well that's horrifying, that there's a thing that just came back pretending to be human, and it can speak in perfect English, but it's makes no sense at all. Wow, okay. Anyway, back to the important Jam Slam Mega Hoop. Oh, this has gotta be a thing. But I doubt they're going to let me play. Oh. And here I was hoping to Jam Slam. Okay, we'll make a careful note of it. Come back around whenever we find the documents about the altered Jam Slam. Is there anything I can grab from here before we go for the next power core? Nope. Alright. That's bad for me. I'd like it back here now. Oh. So I have to get back over there to send it back here. Maybe this will do it, though. Let's try. Okay. It's back over me now. That has opened the door. Let's go for it. See where that gets us. Mm-hmm. Why don't you hippity-hop back to the Bright Falls AWE section,
There.
Emil?
One less place for him to hide.
Alright. Gerbil took the top head. Sure. Speak with the voice on the cell intercom. 1 second. Well, I am just hugely excited for this. I'm hugely excited to figure out what Gerbil took the top head could possibly mean. So where is the cell? Assuming it's back in here somewhere. Let's take a peek underneath, too. Just in case. Aha! Alright. See the map here. It is somewhere in here. Aha, holding cell. I'm seeing it back there. So is this actually the surface of the moon that they brought back, or is it just a replication with the original module? This is so cool. Can I peek in? Guess I'd get my fingerprints everywhere. Alright. We'll be right back to speak with you. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything here. I suppose I should look up here, too.
Yes, B? Worry who? C to C.
Nope, it's not the CDC. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ah, come on now. Get a little boost off it. I was hoping that would work. Let's try it again. Seems like it should. There. Okay, seemingly nothing. And I'm guessing the same over there, though it's a little hard to tell. Aha. Seemingly not nothing. Alright, let's talk to him. So sorry. This ought to be fun.
Hello?
Hello. Bring about us today. Long roads and no hardly. You are Bygone?
Sure. Why are you locked up in here?
Ah, casual turning. Back and front. And Gerbil took the top head. Not being pressed for that. Lady going and loosing back fry?
Sorry, I think I'm misunderstanding you. What do you want?
The head? The head for tails? For reading news, jars, words, and tumble. The reading head.
Oh, he needs the helmet.
Take it easy. I'll take a look. So maybe it wants something to read.
Where was that
jar.
helmet? I
Let's
think it
just
was
see what we
like
can
pretty early on in one of the upper sections of investigation sector. It was back where we saw that NASA document and that other... It was like a book with a rocket ship logo on it that was really strange.
This could be what it wants. Let's give it a shot.
I don't think so. But okay. Unless it's a head cheese, which I suppose it could be. Interesting. Okay, so let me see here. There is a Framaro control point. Hopefully we can get right back there. I'm looking in like maybe abandoned offices, maybe even sector head office. That would be a cute pun if it's in the head office. And it did seem like it was pretty early on. It was like one of the first things we saw. That's my best guess. I'm not sure if it's actually the helmet or not, but let's see if we can get over there. I have 7 points, by the way. I only need one more to get that rather lovely multi-launch ability. Let's check the abandoned offices. I cannot believe that the gerbil took the top head. It's crazy. If he calls his helmet the top head, who is the gerbil? Is it like the director or something? Okay. So yeah, it seems like it must have been around here somewhere. Because it was definitely in an office decorated just like this. It was fairly lit up, if I remember correctly. Alright, not there, not there. Not in here. And this would be like fully out of the sector, so I do think it would be past the fire break, but I'm not entirely sure. And how did we get out of here? I guess we went through the service tunnel? Maybe, possibly. Let me just look up the map again here. 1 second. Okay. I guess the sector head office, which I do think is the funniest pun around here, is past the fire break, so let's try that. I thought it was part of this for a second, but it's totally disconnected. I guess it's not straight across. Definitely don't want to go that way. Where did we come from? And is there a way back? Nope. Not at all. So I must actually need to go to the sector head office directly by fast travel. Which would have saved me some time originally, but here we are. Okay, checking the fast travel options again. Sealed fire break is what it's called. Okay. I was looking for the wrong thing. Pardon my sipping in the background. How indecent. Alright, let's see if we can find that helmet. Okay. Ranger Sergeant Hooten. It is. Gerbil Tophead.
A helmet. For a head. Is that what the prisoner meant?
Oh, no way. We're just now catching on.
Find out.
Let's see if that's what he needs. Alright, fast travel to Framaro. Yes, yes. This is a fun little detour. So, yeah, the fact that he, that was pretty close. Someone named the Gerbil. I'm assuming it's one of the people who have him captured, like it's the corporal or something, and he's a Gerbil Tophead. So it's like he can completely communicate and understand the concepts. We're just not quite matching on the definitions. Which means that everything else he's said also has a meaning. I just don't know the definition of it. Here's your top head.
River Chicken Station. Far tastier. Press any button?
So the helmet is what you're after, huh?
Tubes. Snug and grape. Pure grapes. Hail a lady.
You're welcome, I guess. Did Kirkland lock you up in here?
Chief Gerbil? Yes. Teddy's long
Chief
around,
Gerbil.
but holdout's unhappiest. Can gather for goldfishes. No wrinkle.
Okay. Well, sounds like you're doing fine in there now. Just make sure you don't go anywhere.
Jelly.
At least we
Jelly.
got this guy. I think.
We got a weapon mod.
Best we leave it locked up, though. We have no idea what it is, and we don't need any more problems out here.
So Kirkland is Chief Gerbil. That must mean that we're all gerbils to him. So just any gerbil took the top head. That is so weird and fantastic that we actually have an interdimensional alien entity who's very friendly. Just a lovely guy to hang around with. I wish I could let him out, but I'm sure he would accidentally kill us all. Mummerman style. Not his fault. Okay. So, gerbil mission completed. I think we can jump back. Return to active investigations. We still have to find this as well. Find a copy machine. There must be one down here, because I don't think there's any copy machine, even though you use them in Central Executive, like that little office section just off the side. I don't know if they're still there now. But we could go back there and check. Otherwise, we are returning to active investigations. And I think we can probably follow him through this service tunnel to get back there. But I'm wondering what this other question mark area is. If it is that service tunnel or what? Let's check. Service ducts, rather. And let me check this, too. I almost forgot. We got some sort of weird weapon mod. Thin space. It's exclusive to charge and has the projectile speed at plus 1,000. So it's like an instant black hole gun at that point. That sounds amazing. Let's try it on charge. Projectile speed plus 67%, should we? Or let's try this. Yes, alright. Well, that should be fun. Alright, so they did give us a lamp. I'm guessing I should take them up on it. I cannot wait to see what becomes of Fra. I think he's probably destined to write an autobiography. You're all gerbils to me. The Moon Man story. Okay, I guess I'm back out here in active investigations. Fantastic. So, I head right out and to the right, where Dr. Emile will likely be waiting for us. Wondering if I should jump back to Central Executive first. Let's check this. I'll come right back to Framoro entrance. But let me see if I can use one of these machines. It's the only one I can think of. And maybe that's all they intend. Otherwise, we'll keep looking down here in investigations for a second one. I've been trying to decide, too. I can't tell if the pyramid in Central Executive is different now. When we were passing through here just on our way to the sector elevator the first time, it's got this, like, mist on it. That I'm not sure if it was always there and I'm hideously inobservant, or if that mist has come with Alan. I'm sure it's always been there. Curiosity of mine.
There's no way this happened by accident.
Alright, so let me get my bearings. I think that's Dylan. Director's office. I know I can get there from here. Sure. Let's go this way. This is just the only place I can think of that has copy machines when you're in that dream. They're like right here, but then I think they remove them when you're out of the dream. So yeah, just thought it'd be worth a check, but we must have to find another copy machine. Let me see, in fact, if it has a map objective on it. That would have been a quicker way to do this. Find a copy machine. Map objective? Okay, nowhere in executive for sure. Let's go find an official one. Yep, there's one in the operations center. Huge waste of everyone's time. My apologies. Let's head back there. Active investigations. We were like 2 feet away from it, too. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Should have checked the map. But now we have. We're back on track. I'll just be kicking myself over that 3 minutes of chaos. I'm very much hoping we can actually get to the ending bit here. I just want to make sure I don't do it out of sequence. If there's anything cool like that Moon Man or this chain letter before the big finale. Okay, so investigations operations center. I forgot Artie has his little board in here too, that's great. Need to finish off that last bit of darkness, I guess. See if there's another reward for finishing his latest chores. Is there a second angel? There's a something. Okay, copy machine.
This certainly feels familiar.
Three copies. And now we just have to mail them at the utility corridor, abandoned offices, and observation deck. Okay, let's see if there's some quick ways to get there. If any are nearby. Abandoned offices isn't too far, but it is connected by a sewer pipe rather than directly. Observation deck. Let's try to get rid of this one first, since it seems to be the most awkward. Alright, I'm facing that way. But is that... Yes, it's just the camera. There we go. Okay, so I'm looking for the utility corridor. Which is seemingly up here. There we go. So somewhere in here I'll be able to mail a letter. If you say so. Oh no. My eyelid. My eyelid has betrayed me. Okay. Ah. So we're looking for these, I guess. Mail tubes.
That's one scent.
Pneumatic delivery systems. Alright. We'll quickly get back out here. And go for another one. If only I could see. Apparently should not have dropped my lantern so early. Alright, now out here. Alright, hopefully that's the most awkward one. Let's check observation deck. Transit terminal looks like it. Thank you so much for bearing with me here. Sorry for a little choring. Come with me to deliver my mail. Take my hand. Ah, that's clammy. Okay. Alright, so probably up there somewhere, perhaps? There we go. Oh, any old where?
2 down, 1 to go.
And finally. That is interesting and good to know. Melee has increased effectiveness against enemy armor. That is something I was not aware of. I have not been meleeing much, as I did not know it was effective against enemy armor. I still don't intend to melee very much, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, here we are.
And that's 3.
Turn to the shifted offices. Let's just go for that.
Whatever.
Alright, somewhere near AWE loading bay. I will be right back again as well once it loads here, and I can pause it. Be right back with you. Alright. Let's see what this chain letter has in store for us.
I guess I should just follow the tube.
Follow the tubes, okay. We have a little mailbox side quest, alright.
So you're the one sending out spam mail. And that takes care of that. No more superstitious
Weapon mod
black.
spam mail. Let's take a look. It's nice how all the little side quests here seem to give you one of these golden, legendary modifications. Okay, spam mail weapon damage after kills is 100% increased. Exclusive to spin. It sounds fantastic. Okay, that was relatively easy. I still need to find these plants for sure. I will look forward to that. But let's get back on the main track here. So sorry, I keep getting distracted with fun little things. Should be able to fast travel back. And I'm hoping that Bright Falls door is open now. So many loading screens. Goodness. But that's just what I get when I miss Polaris. Okay, so we must just need to take the elevator up. To get to those doors. Langston, anything to say? Oh, I'm a little disappointed. Yep.
Hartman just came through here. God, he was hideous. He tore the security door to the Bright Falls AWE site wide open. He was so ugly. Like, wow. I got a good look at him, and Christ, he does not look like he used to. The hits must have messed him up or something. He looks like a
God.
bag that's been twisted by the world.
Soften the blow, Langston.
A monster from some 80s horror movie. You know, back when it was all practical effects? Ugh. Nasty.
Real
Did you say
professional,
something?
Langston.
Remember, I can't hear you. Never mind, just go after Hartman. Oh, so disgusting.
God, I got a really good look at him, guys. And, you're not gonna... It's bad.
I've written, rewritten. The darkness wants to hide the past and make me lose my way.
Let's see if we can get a look at that one. I'm not sure where he is. On writing the manuscript.
I've written and rewritten. Deconstructed, reconstructed. Experimented with different voices. Changed the style, changed myself. Forgotten the language, relearned the language. Have I been here before? Gone down this path before? The darkness wants to hide the past to make me lose my way. You must know where you've been to know where you're going. I trust what I read on these pages. I wrote them for a reason. My notes to myself. The only way to make progress, recap, then write more. The style then. Lose the fat. Make it clear. Ugly.
Don't think that's supposed to happen.
Present, be blunt. Only the brutal truth. Cut through the reality, tear it apart, rewrite it. Be clever, make them do the work. Form the image in their minds. They make it, you just imply. Incept. They're drawn to the mystery, obsessed. You set it up, they put it together. Their interpretation, and there's only one because you give them no choice. And they believe in it. Because it's theirs now.
Very, very interesting. Not sure why it's glitching out, but oh my goodness, very interesting. Let me try to get this one too. This is the only other one of Alan's that we haven't seen the extended cut of.
The resonance carves its way through the thing that had been Hartman. Vibrating, remolding. The sound changes the darkness, and the darkness changes the sound. They both changed what remained of Hartman. They all turned into something else. A third thing. The sound made darker. The darkness made louder. Hartman was
I love that line.
stretched as anyone when seen from out of time, like a worm through time. Almost an Ouroboros, a spiral, a maelstrom. The gravity well of a black hole, twisting inward, tightening, taking you deeper and deeper to the bottom, the heart.
Oh, there we go again.
To the other side. The third thing said, when you hear this, you will know you're a new you. He said, we build you till nothing remains. He said, under the conceptual reality, behind this reality, you must want these waves to drag you away. He said, baby, 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 yeah, orange peel. The third thing was a monster.
I can't believe he wrote all of that.
An ordinary person crossing his path. Now he crashed out of darkness toward Faden. There was nothing ordinary about Faden.
This is so strange.
I trust what I read on these pages. reason. Cut through the reality, tear it apart, and rewrite it. They are drawn to the mystery.
Okay, we're getting very, very close to the Bright Falls AWE. Let's see. Going down.
Stuck.
Down into darkness. Hey. Well, that doesn't look good for me. Just need to lure him around so I can get to those health nubs, if at all possible. That's the stuff. So full of personal mods all the time. Could I ask for larger pockets? Is that at all in the offing? I definitely don't think any of the legendary ones we've been getting have been any level below 5. I've been trying to keep special track to make sure I don't deconstruct one of those. In fact, I should probably check one of them directly to see if it's possible to deconstruct legendaries. It seemingly is, though it does give you like a big notifier. Okay. Was there other darkness, or did I get it all? So it's so weird to me that Alan seems to have written most of the hiss incantation into his script, but he wrote it about Hartman. He didn't write it about the hiss. He said these are things that Hartman says. And then it's weirdly like the hiss just took it and ran with it somehow. I'm not sure if I'm catching on correctly. It doesn't seem to be necessarily that Alan wrote the hiss in directly. It may have been an accident, but I'm not sure. I'm hoping he will explain.
Thank you for meeting with us again, Dr. Hartman.
It's my pleasure, gentlemen. I hope the information I provided thus far has been of some small use.
It's been invaluable, Doctor. Really, we have a much clearer picture of this event, thanks to your accounts.
Well, I do consider myself a keen observer.
We did have one question, though. You mentioned in an earlier conversation that your patients displayed, and I'm paraphrasing here, unnatural abilities that you in fact encouraged during their time in your lodge. It'd be very helpful if you could fill us in on the details there.
Of course. Like yourselves, I work to understand and even bend the rules of our earthly paradigm. My patient's well-being was paramount, of course, but I would hardly be a man of science if I did not reach out at the underlying truth. As I stated in my written proposal, I believe working alongside your organization could be greatly beneficial to both parties. Sharing notes, as they say.
Thank you, Doctor. That's all we need to hear. Remy?
Dr. Emil Hartman, you have been found in breach of codes 4, 8, and 74 of the Federal Bureau of Control Criminal Offense System.
What? You can't do this. I am a well-connected man. You're making a dire mistake, my friend.
You will be detained until further notice, and all personal property will be confiscated, including the Cauldron Lake Lodge.
That's preposterous. You can't just seize my property. I'm a United States citizen. I have rights. That lodge is my life's work. I'm offering you years of research.
Get him out of here.
You're making
Which
a
we
mistake.
will happily take.
You have to listen to me.
Just without you.
Have to listen.
Interesting. So they fully found Emil Hartman to be a paracriminal for his activities at the lodge. I'm glad to hear it. Juicy. That's a juicy hallway.
I've forgotten again. I had a plan. I know it. I've forgotten.
It's okay, Alan. That's why we're here.
He's coming. I've got to get out of here. Dive deep.
Such a shame that even though 10 years have passed, he can still only crack the door open just a little. Just send a tiny
Whatever
little
is
bit of a
going on
message
with
through.
Blake, he clearly needs some help.
It's weird. It seems like it's only when you're interacting with Alan, only when we've had one of those door visions, is the time of the ocean view shifting. The other time, in between the first time and now in this AWE DLC, it wasn't shifting when we just transferred through it. For our own purposes, it was fine. So it's like whenever Alan interacts with the ocean view, it's not in a physical place anymore. It's suddenly now in this weirdly changing light dimension. Alright. Gonna need to find a lamp. Guessing that one doesn't work. There you go. Maybe need to do that again in the first room as well, but let's check. That is a beautiful sight. Huh. I wonder if the projection is glitching in not showing outside, or if that's correct that it's not showing outside. Like if these are beyond the threshold of this door, completely different dimensions, effectively, but you can see the light from the window, so it makes it a little strange. Maybe just a glitch. Alright, let's see what I missed in here. Must be something to turn on. I guess it's just reaching past. Alright. I thought for sure that was gonna hurt me. We've got keys.
Going mad. Wake had to escape, right? His escape. Wake needed a hero. A hero needed a crisis. For the part in the story about the government agency, Wake needed something special, something to convey an alien force.
Yes.
Human intelligence.
Tell me what you did, Alan. Tell me what you did. Let's see the extended version of that. We're really getting somewhere now. Wake writes a beginning.
The story needed many beginnings, many springs. Streams that turned into a river, a flood, and then an ocean. This was one. Wake used the materials he had, the connections he had, the people, the places. Wake put them in to make it true. His wife, the psychiatrist, his city. These connections, like magnets, move things. Alice was a conduit. She'd been in the dark place. The thing that had been Hartman sensed her near, sensed Wake through her. Went berserk, broke loose. Wake made sure Alice was already gone by then. Safe. The more springs, the more the story became real. The more people believed. Cause and effect. It was extremely delicate and hard work. It had to go through the path of least resistance where success was most likely. Where there was a connection already. Wake felt the pressure grow in his head. Going mad. Wake had to escape. Right. His escape. He was already out. He wanted to make it true. Wake needed a hero. A hero needed a crisis. For the part in the story about the government agency, Wake needed something special, something to convey an alien force mimicking human intelligence. Something that can't be translated. Translated. Wake channeled Burroughs and Bowie. He cut up sentences and words. Orange peel. You are home. Insane. He put them in a shoebox. He pulled out the words. Wake created a Dadaist poem. He'd try anything once. Or had he tried this before?
Okay. I think we just got our answer. Alan did create the hiss incantation. I'm not sure if that means he also created the hiss, but he wrote a way for it to, like, communicate, basically? He wrote a way for a sound to communicate in words through nonsense, in order to then shape it correctly for the story. Seems to be the idea, but that does not then mean he created the resonance, whatever it is that the hiss was just using this Dadaist poem he created. Get the power on. Okay. So that, like, partially answers the question, but like with everything in Alan Wake, it doesn't fully answer the question. Bright Falls.
Another replica. Like the one they made for Ordinary. I wonder what happened here.
Alright, we can call in a ranger. There's something over here. But I'm not sure what. Sounds like an elevator. Okay. Alice Wake interview. And also, one of the interesting things about what he just said is that he included Emil and Alice and other people that are real involved in the Bright Falls AWE from 10 years ago, specifically to imply that the story is true and connected to him. Like, this needs to be about him in order for him to make his way out, even though it's kind of not. I don't believe that he fully orchestrated all of these events and founded the Bureau and all of that. I think some of this is a working thing he's taking bits and pieces of. But it's very interesting that he, included Alice and made them have a connection to the Bureau to cement the connection to him. After reaching out to the Bureau, Alice Wake was brought into the oldest house for an interview in 2017. The interview conducted by agents Shaw and Dempsey revealed that Mrs. Wake has had recurring nightly visitations from her missing ex-husband in her New York apartment. Mr. Wake appears out of nowhere and rushes at her down the corridor. According to her impression, he appears crazy and horrifying, clearly coming at her with violent intent. Mrs. Wake believes that he is haunting her, insisting he is not Alan, but a fucking monster in Alan's body. Mrs. Wake has not been sleeping out of fear of these visits. Her attempts to keep the lights on through the night result in the relevant hallway's light bulb breaking every night, possibly indicating involvement of the shadow? I don't know. Further investigation required. We propose installing monitoring equipment in the apartment. Copies of supply request form L5014 have been sent to Mr. Kirkland and administration for approval. Interesting. So is she seeing a version of Alan, like an echo of Alan from the dark place as he screams in madness trying to be free? Or is she seeing an echo of Mr. Scratch, who is still trying to harass and antagonize her to make Alan sad? Or is it something else? Okay. Very, very dark in here. I guess I'm headed for the elevator. Let's call in a ranger, too.
Send a ranger to my location.
See where this gets us.
It's an honor, Director.
Okay, I guess I should wait. There's a lot of documents, but I should hold my curiosity. So many documents. Oh, goodness me. I've been waiting for 10 years for them. No big deal. Alright, that one's on now. Let's go take a look. Alright. It seemed too easy. I'm not sure what this is gonna do. Give me just 1 second. I'll be right back. Anytime now, controller. There we go. Alright, let's see what happens here. Okay, this is it. He has nowhere to run. Wow, Emil, you look terrible. What have you been doing to yourself? Eesh. Alright. I'm sorry I said you look terrible. It was my mistake. It turns out. Die. Oh, please. I beg of you. I'm out. Okay, I gotta get to the light. It's like any time now, telekinesis. I'm in the darkness. There is no telekinesis. Okay. Just need to get these back in. 2 of them, it looks like. And then we'll be back in business. Really hurts every time. Don't you chuckle. Not the time for chuckles. What did I just say?
Hartman won't be a problem anymore, Langston. But investigations need someone to run it. Interested?
I've seen what happens to second.
Yes!
No, thank you. Ma'am, I'm getting something on my terminal here, an AWE alert from Bright Falls, Washington.
What?
But it might be a glitch. The date's all wrong, a couple of years in the future. And we're in lockdown. There shouldn't be any incoming signals.
Maybe it was active before we went into lockdown? Are there agents on site?
Let me check. Agent Estevez
It's
is the
happening
field agent
again.
in charge of monitoring the site, so she should be there to let us know if the situation has been through any major changes recently.
It's happening again now. And also soon.
Things set in motion. If the alarm's true, then so is the reason for the alarm. The effect must follow the cause. It's
That's amazing.
No return. You have been warned.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy and satisfied. It's like I just ate a cupcake. Okay. So, he did not necessarily create this story. My interpretation of events is thus. He did not necessarily create the story to the extent that he created Jesse as a person and a character. I think everything that's happened has happened as we've seen it. But Alan has now taken the fact that the Bureau of Control is monitoring for altered events, and he has forced their monitoring to go off, saying that there is an altered event, which heavily implies that there is in fact an altered event in Bright Falls. He's trying to force his way out from a very, very ingenious angle, about 5 steps ahead of where I thought he was. So he's using the monitoring equipment and capabilities of the Bureau to force an altered world event to happen. Which also does make him an interdimensional paracriminal, according to our guidelines. That is true. But I'm super excited about it. Alright, so we have a whole bunch of documents and recordings here. Hey. Hey! We are moving on to the documents and recordings, sir. Well, if we survive.
This must be where they studied Hartman. I wonder if they treated him as badly.
I'm not seeing any health nubs. That's unfortunate. Still none? Eee. Give me. Oh, this got real messy here. Okay, now how about some documents?
These are the notes of Dr. Emil Hartman. I am continuing my work alone again since certain parties were too blind to recognize a golden opportunity. Despite my generous offers, the conversations came to naught. Some people simply do not value collaboration as I do. Though I believe now that it was for the best. The sort of bold, pioneering work that I am undertaking cannot thrive under the shackles of bureaucracy and regulation. I have a history of seeking such partnerships. There was a time when I had hoped Alan Wake and I could collaborate. Together we could have produced art such that the world has never seen. But Wake was stubborn, egotistical. Writers usually are. Disappointing nonetheless. But now, like Tom before him, Wake has disappeared into Cauldron Lake. And this is where my work turns hypothetical. Since he was lost to the lake, Thomas Zane has been observed by various townspeople. This indicates to me that the individuals within the lake are not entirely gone. I anticipate Wake will similarly return one day. While I may harbor some resentment for the man, his raw talent and determination are undeniable. From this, I have concluded that the lake and the dark place within it are not as removed from this world as I previously thought. Given my acute awareness of what awaits within, my meticulous preparations, and my considerable education, I believe myself much more prepared than either Tom or Wink. I should be able to cross into that dark realm with the chance to return as they have. All that remains is the dive itself.
Oh,
It
Emil.
frightens me, I admit, but such
You
is
poor,
the
sweet
burden
summer
of the
child.
truth seeker. I will take my plunge into the dark tomorrow with only the light of knowledge to guide me. It is time for a breakthrough. Until I return.
Oh, no. Emil, making the mistake of thinking you have the para-utilitarian capacity of either Alan or Thomas Zane. Ah, no. So that must be how he ended up retaken after the events of the Bright Falls AWE. He was fine, but then he decided to jump into the lake to become like Alan and Tom had. Like, I'll become a god. I'll be seen all over the world. But it doesn't really work like that. Bright Falls 1976 supplement. On the day of the flooding, the rock band Old Gods of Asgard was rehearsing in a field outside the Anderson farm, the homestead of band members Odin and Tor Anderson. Both admitted to being in a heavy state of inebriation at the time, having spent days drinking their home-brewed moonshine while celebrating Deerfest. After the townspeople were evacuated from the flooded field, Sheriff Breaker was asked by Freya Anderson, daughter of Tor Anderson, to check on her father and uncle. Breaker drove to the Anderson farm and found the band members alive but in need of medical aid. Tor Anderson had been struck by lightning, and Odin Anderson had cut out his own right eye, a possible reference to Norse deities and They claimed they had fought and valiantly defeated a dark army of the Scratching Hag, rising from Cauldron Lake. CAWE of 1970 related to the suspected aha at Diver's Isle. While impossible to verify, these events are relevant to the recurring AWE at Bright Falls and the Cauldron Lake Boo-Boo. Odin and Tor Anderson have been listed as persons of interest. Ah, that old Cauldron Lake Boo-Boo. Fairly certain that's what they've redacted there. Is there anything in this replication? It's very strange that they would have replicated just the shape of it, but none of the inside, like... I was hoping to be able to peek around in there nostalgically, but I understand why they haven't given me that. I guess this is supposed to be the fountain, in that case. While this does look like a government replication, it also kind of looks like an early modeling process for making this area, this courtyard, or whatever it would be, in a new game, and under this game engine specifically. It's like, yeah, all the work is done, we just have to texture it, add the interior. Welcome back to Cauldron Lake Lodge. So it's sort of like a sneak peek as much as it is an in-universe lore thing. There. Just in case. Just in case we have stragglers. And and I've spent too long looking around again. Darn it all. This looks weird up here. And that's why. That's why it looks weird up there. That was close and kind of amazing. Ah, darn. Was hoping I could leave that angel alive and seize it, but that did not happen. Luckily, we're not on a boss battle or anything. That guys are just attacking me while we're looking for stuff, so no real progress lost, but I'm sorry it's taking me so long to get to these documents. Cleared that upper level, we found the chest, so no need to mess around up there anymore. We'll try to grab these. I think there's only like 2 more up on that other control station. Maybe just 1. And then we'll be all caught up to the canon of Bright Falls. I cannot believe it. I never expected to get what we just got here. This reunion, actually seeing Alan, actually interacting with him, helping him out of the dark place, even unknowingly, has been more than I ever hoped for or thought I would get, and I'm really grateful and fulfilled by it. I'm super excited to see what they have coming down the pipe. This is, just the beginning still. Another 1976 summary. An unconfirmed threshold manifestation occurred at Cauldron Lake, Washington. Cauldron Lake, Washington? That's interesting. I thought it was Bright Falls, Washington, and then Cauldron Lake, but maybe it's its own county or something? 1 second, so sorry. There we go. The citizens of Bright Falls had gathered in the town's southwestern fields for the annual festival known as Deerfest. Eyewitnesses all claim that the day had been sunny, confirmed by reviews of the area's weather reports. But then, with no warning, a thunderstorm appeared in the direction of the Anderson farm, and a tornado rose from Cauldron Lake. The torrential rain that followed caused a flash flood. It was as if the day had turned to night. That's testimony from Morgan Freeman, who was on site there. Frank Breaker, the sheriff of Bright Falls, formerly a bureau agent, see employee file, managed to guide the crowd to safety as the festival grounds were destroyed by the flood. The festival was cancelled, ending 1 day early. Lack of official bureau presence on the scene makes this event difficult to report as a confirmed AWE, though the similarity to other known events in the Bright Falls area lend credence to the accounts of the townspeople. It's so cool to see because we found a manuscript page about this event back in Alan Wake 10 years ago. It said, the power of Cauldron Lake and the fact that the Anderson brothers, had made moonshine out of it and drank in it, unfiltered lake water, was making everything go crazy. Like their reality was being melted to their will. Tor, I think it said, was running through the fields with a hammer, shouting, "Strike me down!" Something like that. And he got hit by lightning. So it's super cool to see the surrounding events that we actually saw as only a little sneak peek back in Alan Wake. They're expanding on it now for the first time. This isn't like something we knew about back then. They're filling in the gaps 10 years later. Once again, very grateful. Very fulfilled. Alright, I don't think there are any more documents scattered about that I've seen. I think we should be caught up now. And thus we are also effectively caught up with the game. We have some chores we need to finish off for Ahti, and then we have some arcade games to play. Aha, here we go, good. I was worried I was all done already. Let's grab these two. Wake photograph. Gorgeous. So it says an actual photograph of Alan Wake provided by Alice Wake, taken in 2017. So this is what she sees every time she tries to go to bed. She sees him angrily, hatefully rushing at her down the corridor, mad out of his mind. The poor dears, both of them. Excuse me, sir. Wake evidence. 1 second, Angel. I'll let you murder me after we hear this Wake evidence. Alright, a photograph of Alan Wake captured by Alice Wake during an event in her home. Alice Wake, former wife of Alan, has recently been visited at night by her ex-husband, or an entity resembling him. Being a professional photographer, Mrs. Wake positioned cameras with motion sensors around the corridors he appears in, and managed to capture an image of Mr. Wake on film. During an interview with Mrs. Wake, she mentioned that her favorite camera, a Woo model, was lost in 2010 during AWE 35. No match has been found among the confiscated evidence from AWE 35. It has been filed as a potential altered item, and research staff stationed at Bright Falls are being contacted to check if they have any knowledge of such an item. Interesting. So there's a camera, an Alice Wake camera, that is now a potential altered item, floating out there in the ether somewhere. Okay. So I'm not 100% sure. Oh, this is so cool. It was too dark back here to see this before. You had to turn the light. Ah, little can pyramid. Yes. Yes. Okay. So here's Cauldron Lake Lodge. Yes. That's strangely prescient. We have that to fall into darkness in Tenebras Cadere we were just reading a few days ago. Those weird statues that become a thing later in Alan Wake's mind. We have the Oh Dear Diner. Best coffee around. Main Street, the Sheriff's Station. Not sure if that's the post office or the ferry station. Can't really tell. There's where Sarah Breaker saved our ass a whole bunch of times, going down Main Street. Ah, just great to see. Really, really lovely that they're finally diving back into this world. I am excited. Alright, so, as I said, we have lots to do still here. We have chores to finish up. Arcade games to play, outfits to unlock. We will be back in the Bureau, but I think that is effectively the tale of Alan's little message here. So, I will end it here for now. We'll be back to scour the corners when we have more time to do so. Thank you for your patience and coming with me on this 10-year journey. Oh, goodness. Bye for now. Thanks again.